currently in love with two severely mentally ill moid lolcows. Literally fantasizing about them constantly, my husbandos. Fighting the urge to simp and send them money. I'm down bad, I can't help it. They're both just so cute. Why are they lolcows? Name them right now. Doom and Slog. This guy? What is this? One is a literal who was in a home for people with brain injuries and let a fat guy stick a watering can up his ass. The other is an alcoholic who got cucked by an OnlyFans whore and is in the process of fully out. God, they're perfect. Why are foids like this? Actually, better question. Why are humans like this towards the opposite gender at all? Find someone who isn't mentally ill. What about them do you like? I don't get the appeal. Men are allowed to sim for mentally ill BPD whores who talk about wanting to fuck their dads and stick dog dildos in their anus. God forbid I sim for a couple of cute retards who need love. Lolcow maxing is the new way to get into a BPD girl's heart. It's like Dark Triad but for retards. It's weird that you're flirting with both at the same time, like a whore. They're both highly attractive to me, even though everyone calls them fours. I also fell in love with their personalities. Stupid guys are hot. I like how they try so hard to be evil. I feel like I can change them. Stupid guys are hot. Grim, do you actually have any interest in being in a relationship? It's my dream to be in a relationship with at least one of them eventually, but it might not live up to my ideals. Trying to trick poor robots into becoming lolcows. Evil entity. I've just realized I've spent nearly $2,000 to an e-girl over the last 2 years, and not gotten any more than feet pics. She also has a boyfriend. I don't plan on stopping either. Also, they should have made Luna Snow a Latina pop star. That would have been hot. She 100% kecks at you with her boyfriend. He probably fucks her in cosplays I've bought for her. God, I wish she told me. I bought a small girl on TikTok a diva cosplay a while back. She has yet to make a single TikTok with it, so I have to assume the only one that has seen her in it is her boyfriend. If you give money to Emeru, you should be castrated. Seeing the only guy I ever loved with his girlfriend on the beach on Valentine's Day was the last nail in the coffin. I'm becoming a voluntary celibate forever. I hope your day isn't awful, and I hope you find love in an honest and beautiful way. Well, you know, you could kill her and frame him, then blackmail him to be with you, or else you'll inform the authorities. Women won't even tell a guy she loves him. She'll just give the most vague and cryptic hints, and then give up when he's unable to read her mind, then spend the rest of her life complaining that nobody likes her. Infatuation isn't love. Grow up. I told him on the bus stop he was the only person that made me feel alive and glad I was. I don't think it can get more obvious. You'll make him happier than she ever could. Have you considered mutilating both of their genitalias and killing them? That'd probably give you the kicker that you're looking for, Femanon. I want to buy a robot to use fleshlight. Okay, how much we talking? Whatever you bought it for. Fuck no, dude. Alright, let me explain it to you. First of all, this fleshlight is very dear to me. Now, that doesn't raise its value, but it does mean you're going to have to work harder to take it off my hands. Now, you specifically said a used fleshlight. This specific demand raises its value. And keep in mind that I wash my fleshlight after every use, so if you want it to be truly used on its arrival, I will have nut inside it beforehand. So I believe that its value has increased from what I bought it from. And keep in mind, I'm going to have to buy a new one after selling it to you, preferably with the profits I make. Anon, you already turned me off making me read all of that. I'll wait for someone else. Lose to a friend while playing video. Have to sit on his lap and let him wrap his arms around me. Platonic cuddle session with best friend. Feel his boner against my butt. What does he think he's doing? What does he think he's doing? He's thinking about Corpse Grinder, the American death metal vocalist who is the lead singer of Cannibal Corpse, Paths of Possession, and the supergroup Serpentine Dominion, of course. Wife who died in the most recent episode of her series. Stayed up until 7 in the morning sobbing constantly while researching suicide methods. What little online friends I have can tell I'm shaken and ask what's wrong. Genuinely tell them everything, including how I wanted to take the bus to a local bridge and jump. Now my wife who is dead and I am referred to as a basket case and people walk on eggshells with me. Even wrote full-length multi-page suicide note to send to my parents. What mental illness is this? I have always been terrifically unstable, but I think this was a new low for me. I'm so tired of being insane, but I always lose self-awareness and do this kind of shit. Legitimately, my whole life. Is it normal to be attached to fictional characters? I don't even think I will finish the series now. I'm still beyond angry that this happened to her. Anon, you might be the most person I have ever met. Not nearly as extreme as your story, but I also got genuinely upset in an anime. I started watching some weeb shit about a month ago, and they built up this guy Sabi to be the greatest swordsman ever and the coolest thing since sliced bread. Even made an awesome fight for the episode preview, and then proceeded to have him defeated by the protagonist off screen as a gag. Haven't watched that show since. Also, what series might you be talking about? Boku no Hero Academia. Never thought I'd bother watching it, funnily enough. I get it. I can't and never have been able to handle cringe comedy and fiction. I always end up closing MPV and doing something else for the day. I'm sorry, man. It's just something we gotta live with. Know your wife who loved you dearly and she will always be with you. This made me tear up and smile. Thank you, Anon. You should see a therapist and a psychiatrist if a fictional character dying is enough to make you consider suicide. Oh my god, LMAO. I thought it was funny initially, but now it's just hilarious. I'll remember you whenever I start feeling bad about myself. At least I helped someone in my miserable life. Just kidding, I'll probably forget about this in a week. Day 13 of reminding R9K that it should be illegal for women to shave or trim their body hair. Shaved Jews are reminded to return to your promised land. Hell, promptly. Body hair on women is gross, though. Shaved Jews are reminded to return to your promised land. Hell, promptly. What I bring to the table: poor eye contact, 500-word plus non-scene at 3 a.m., yearning for my forgotten past, no expectations of monetary compensation, a funny t-shirt collection, 20 bucks in cash, pack of cheap cigarettes. What I need you to bring to the table: 4+ inch dick, mobile internet. Doesn't bring a real vagina to the table. Lol. Lamau. Reasonable. But at your level, 4 inches is max you should expect, not more than that. If you said 3 to 4 inches, I'd say fair enough. Maybe an ugly, unemployed, disgusting nerd with 3-inch cock is on your level. But 4+? That's narcissistic. I want a moy to brush my hair for me. Unfortunately, being a girl loser who barely brushes her hair is frowned upon. Many men want a daughter wife. How bad we talking here? Messy, sexy bedhead, or could it be mistaken for the contents of a full vacuum cleaner? I'd prefer being a sister wife, but daughter wife is agreeable too. I don't let it get terrible, but it's also not sexy bedhead, so kinda in the middle. I'd do it, but you'd have to put up with head pats. Head pats? How horrible. Totally. That's even better. I'll take Foyd that cooks and cleans, but sadly that doesn't exist. I cook. Okay, well actually I'm learning to cook, but I'm better at baking and clean. It exists, silly Anon, don't worry. God, dude, this sucks. Post your hand to prove you're a girl, and then I'll start taking your post seriously. Until that happens, you're a fucking to me. A makeup-wearing freak who will never be a woman. I don't wear makeup. Why would I post my hand? For glowies? Stop being scared of women online, Anon. Shut the fuck up! You're a man! A 100% cock-having man! That face would know Foyd to have sit on my lap while I brush her hair. Is your cock deep in her in this LARP? I'm gonna spread rumors about you to take your place in the inner circle. Your place in the inner circle? Discord is for subhumans only. Usually I end up ruining the inner circle, not the other way around. Having fun playing video. Remember, I'm circumcised. No longer having fun. How do I find a girl like this IRL originally? Work as a genetic engineer in China and make your own daughter wife on a hole that will eventually grow up and look like that. I look like this, what's up? What's the best way to get over being rejected by your best friend online? It's been over a year since my last confession, and I still love her. I consider her the perfect girl, and every time I remember she will never be my partner, I want a KMS. Hard mode. No NTR fantasies. It's been over a year. It's been since 2008 and I still miss her. It gets easier, but it'll never not hurt. I still talk to her. She's my best female friend. God, this is so pathetically cringe. You sound like you're 14. Your best friend isn't even in an in-person relationship. You're in love with pixels and the idea of a person. Grow the fuck up, Jesus Christ. Get a real hobby and go outside. Start lifting and do something social with people you can actually see and touch. If you have one-itis over an online girl, then you might as well replace her for AI. You'll find you're perfect on AI. Granted, you won't be touching the AI, but you weren't going to touch the online girl either.